job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to fall, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there before. I'll be there for you. 'Cause you're there for me too. You're still in bed at 10 and work again at 8. You burned your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days like these.
Well, I should probably share a really nice memory of a conversation Nana and I had the morning of my wedding. Instead, I will tell you about something that happened a while ago. It was during a wilder time for me, and I had gone out one night and I was sleeping at Nana's house. So I got home, and of course I was starving. So I helped myself to a piece of birthday cake that I found on the counter. This was a pristine birthday cake, which Nana had made for Sharon's birthday party the next day. So I had a nice big chunk and then tried to push the other piece, the sides together, so it would look like no piece were gone. So the next morning, I woke up, I was in Nana's basement, and she came downstairs and she just kind of looked at me, and I had this feeling of dread in my stomach, and she just looks at me and starts laughing. She goes, "I won't tell." And we both laughed, and she never did. And that is the memory of Nana that I'm sharing with you tonight. Happy birthday, Nana.
Happy birthday, Nana. I think the fondest memory I've ever had with you was when you and Grandpapa took me to Boston to go to the Nutcracker. We went to that German restaurant, and it was really good. And to that day, I thought it was special. Little did I know you took, all of us there. We're a specific age, but I love you, Nana.
I have two favorite memories of Nana. The first is when I was little. It's her chasing me out of her kitchen through the swinging door into her old dining room for calling her Nana Banana with the meatball eyes. And more recently, it's seeing her hold her great-grandchildren.
So my favorite memory of Nana, there are a lot of them. I'd have to say my favorite one was my college graduation when the entire family came up and Nana was there. And I happened to live in a frat house at the time, which was called GDX. It was a pretty dirty place. There was typically beer and urine all over the floor everywhere. So I remember when people came up, people were afraid for their families to see the house. But my family came right in, and not only went into the house, not only went into the basement, but went into the pit, which was one of the most feared places on campus. Most college girls were afraid to go there. Some college guys were afraid to go there, but not Nana. Nana led the charge, and was happy and comfortable just being there, hanging out with all of us. And even since, people have said, "Oh, remember when Sully's grandmother was in the pit? That was really cool." And to me, it wasn't really anything different. That was just Nana being Nana. She's not your typical grandmother. She's obviously been a great role model and someone to follow, but she's been someone we can always hang out with. And we love you, Nana. Happy birthday.
You never look at me like I'm a liability.
My favorite memories about Nana are just being at the beach with you all the time, either in Salisbury, Lakehurst, or in Miami. And the fact that we really just live for it in the summer and start checking the weather forecast days ahead of the weekend. And we just know that there's nowhere else that we would rather be in the summer than on the beach. I hope you have the best day, Nana. We love you so much. You're the best grandmother, most loving, caring, gorgeous grandmother we could ever ask for. And the reason that we're all so close and that we're so excited to be doing this is because of what you taught us about how important family is. Love you so much. See you very soon on the beach.
Got a face to call home.
I don't know if I have a one single favorite memory that I could put on camera. There's a whole bunch of them that I've been thinking about, but to narrow it down to one, you could do something like pretending to like It's a Small World After All ride in Disney World when I was in 5th grade as much as she did, or getting sick when you're younger and getting to go over her house and her making you toast but sprinkling some cinnamon on it, which was a complete game changer for breakfast everywhere, for me anyway. But it's hard to single out just one memory that I could put on camera. So I just wanted to say that honestly it's a whole bunch of them. It's all through the traditions that make our family so great. It's 29 years for me of seeing Nana at Sandy Beach in Lakehurst, you know, up on her deck reading, going inside to steal some Snickers or Milky Ways or whatever she has stashed in the freezer in there. It's Christmas Eve dinners and Thanksgiving dinners of all the good stuff. I mean, that's, for me, those are my favorite memories. It's not just one, it's what we do year after year, and we will continue to do. You know, that makes it, those are my favorite memories. I don't think I could narrow it down to just one. So to Nana, we wanted to say happy birthday, I love you, and thanks for everything.
So I actually have two quick memories. The first of which, I was probably 5 or 7 years old, and Nana was babysitting me, which, as you know, has a very different definition than it would in most families. We were playing wiffle ball in the backyard, and we were playing like actual wiffle ball. So one-on-one, I'd hit the ball, Nana had to chase me around the bases and tag me 3 times to get out of the inning. So we had a great time. I remember Nana literally, at least I don't think, she complained once or tried to bribe me to get out once. She just kept on playing until I was ready to stop. And the second of which was probably 20 years later in Lakehurst this past year. I don't know if Sean will use the same example because I know it was one of his favorite nights too, but we went out to dinner, me, him, Kel, and Alex, and invited Nana along. She said no, but come back to the my cottage after, see if I'm still awake. So we probably were out to dinner for 3 hours, and then we got back, and Nana sprung up so fast. She was so ready to go and have some drinks with us. And probably one of my favorite nights ever at Lakehurst, and that's because even to this day, Nan, we have such a good time hanging out with you, and we love you. Happy birthday!
Tell me what a poem won't do for his queen. Said I'm lighting up my ears.
Hi, Nan. Happy birthday! My favorite all-time memory of you is when we were down in Miami for Catherine's graduation, and you helped sneak Kevin, Michael, and I into a nightclub by distracting the bouncer saying, "Check my ID, check my ID." I don't think too many grandmothers have done that. We love you so much.
You keep me falling hard, said no one's ever loved me like you.
Hey Nana, happy birthday. I hope you have an awesome 80th. This isn't a direct memory from me, but it is from some of the pictures that I've seen. So when I was first born, Nana came to Charlotte wearing a surgical mask the entire time because she had a cold at the time, and when she came to visit, she didn't want to pass on her cold to me, even though it probably wasn't a very strong cold, and there was probably about a 0.2% chance that she actually passed that on to me as a newborn child. Just kind of shows you that she was thinking of me the entire time, as she does with all her grandchildren. And it kind of just encapsulates the lovingness and the care that she has for everyone in her family. And to this day, whenever we look at newborn pictures of me and the time Nana came to visit Charlotte, she's wearing the surgical mask in all of her pictures. And just a funny little thing to see. And I love you, Nana, and hope you have an awesome 80th birthday.
You keep me falling hard, said no one's ever loved me like you.
Happy 80th! One of my favorite memories is parade day every year. Just having you make your special popcorn, which is the best popcorn ever, better than movie theater popcorn, and just saving all the seats for your grandchildren and great-grandchildren now and your children. And just, even if it means squishing those neighbors' plants, you always made it a point, like a week beforehand, to save seats for us. And I just have like such a great memory of sitting next to you on parade day, growing up as a little girl, and it was the highlight to my summer. So that's one of my favorite memories with you.
Should never fit so right, dancing around to the radio.
Rather
rather than do a story about Nana, I didn't want to do a repeat memory. I just feel like I was so lucky to grow up so close to Nana in proximity. Whether it was Friday night cocktails or just stopping at some point during the week, I feel like we all need that to be close to her because she gives us that energy. You know, the more we see her, the more she lightens our day, the more we just feel better about ourselves, and I think that's the luckiest part about living in Newport so close to my Nana. So, happy birthday, Nana. We love you. Nana, you.
Loving you easy.
Hi Nana, happy birthday. I was trying to choose my all-time favorite memory with you, but to be honest, we've had so many together that I couldn't really choose just one. I think for all the other cousins growing up, they were lucky enough to have each other at family parties in Lakehurst to play with, and for me, being the youngest by 8 years, I didn't really have that, so you took over that role. And whether it was playing soccer in your living room where we'd break picture frames and lamps and tables and hit the ceilings while the paint would chip off, we used to just laugh and keep playing, and you never complained about it once, and to be honest, I owe all my soccer skills to you. Or whether when we would bake cookies and have tea parties on your kitchen floor using real cups and real plates, that was always a lot of fun. But one memory that also really that sticks out to me is when I'd call you probably 4 or 5 times a week and ask if you could call my house right back and ask my mom if I wanted to come over and play. The reason I asked you to do that was because my mom would get mad for calling you and imposing on you and inviting myself over. So you always went along with the story, you always called right back and asked my mom if I wanted to come over. You never told her once that I had called you first, and that was great. And growing up, Nan, you were, and even as a senior in high school, you still are my very best friend, and hope you have the very best 80th birthday. I love you.
And take a piece of my heart and make it all your own. So when we are apart, you'll never be alone.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. We're really sorry that we couldn't be there with you guys tonight, but we're sure you're going to have a pretty good time. But we did just want to say that we're thinking of you, Mom, and sending you our best wishes on your 60th birthday. And we are there with you in spirit. Otherwise, we hope that we'll talk to you guys soon. And everybody have fun tonight, and happy birthday. Oops. Little dorky bit at the end.